Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to World of Tanks Generals. And I'm very sorry about not having the music on, and also not having it full screened. But today we are going to be playing some 7th Tank Corps. Mostly because I still haven't gone around to playing any of the other HQs that I haven't done. So we'll just do the 7th because, well, we also don't have a deck list up with this, and we may as well get a video up with the deck list that I'm currently using. I think it might change a little bit. I'm not incredibly sure, though. So, yeah. Also kind of has to do with just, like, I don't know. I just want to play a deck that's kind of fast right now. I don't really want to play a really board-heavy deck currently. Just, because I'm kind of a bit on the side of being a little bit mentally fatigued. I don't feel like I can really show off something that really needs to make good trades very well right now. So yeah, it's mostly because it's going on like finals week at school for me, and yeah, that's, as you know, kind of not the most fun of times, really. Do we want to mountain pass? No, we don't want to mountain pass because we're going second. Oh, my cat has finally come out of her room. She's been in there all day. She's not a very good cat, you know? No, she's a pretty good cat. I can't let her hear me say that, though, of course. Sorry about that cough. Very sorry about that cough. What? Cat, why are you looking at me? My cat's looking at me. I don't like it when my cat looks at me. It's annoying. Don't you just hate that? When your cat looks at you and you're like, what do you want? And then the cat's like, well, I don't know. What do I want? And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know what you want? Alright. So next turn, drawing an arty would actually be pretty okay, because it would allow us to do an extra, like, 2 damage, basically. It'd pretty much be an extra 2 damage. That'd be okay. I didn't drop this because I preferred to keep this just because it's 3 damage. Now an arty would not be a nice draw. Police would be a nice draw. I would like some police. Not quite police. Oh well. We'll put up our scouts. We'll do 2 damage to him. See, this is why I really like the 7th, because it does do 1 extra damage to enemy squads. It really does tear through those defensive squads. If I would have had cops, it would have gone through those in 1 shot. But 2 is honestly not bad. Not bad at all. This guy is playing far too slowly against me. Like, this is not the appropriate course of action against this style of deck, guys. Like, please don't do this. Sorry about that cough again. We can do 10 damage to him. We'll do 10 damage to him. Why not? I mean, we can, so why shouldn't we? There we go. He's down to 12 now. Next turn we'll be losing our gunners, but hey, that's okay. 5 resources is pretty okay to have, honestly. This we can get rid of in 3 shots. Yeah, it's actually 3 shots because 3, 6, 9. That's still a bit better than 4. Like what Jut would do. I guess we didn't go through that 1 defensive squad any faster than Jut would, honestly, because Jutherbog would have gone through that and also won 2 shots, so yeah. It just becomes so much better with, like, police, though, when you can actually start killing squads in 1 shot. Because that is what can happen with police. That extra damage is really nice. We don't... Alright, Just going to draw. We don't really need this right now. We're going to put this down. And now we're going to hit him for 3. And start running out of our squads. This is kind of a time where things are not at their most pleasant, but it's okay. It's okay. We probably have this. We put down the A7V to... Like right now it does kind of act as a defensive card currently because it's going to stop that T-34-1 from hitting our face. And possibly that Panzer 35. Okay. It's not bad at all. Alright. We're going to do 1 damage to him. We're definitely getting rid of that squad. Because we can put down the Su-18 and do 2 damage to that squad. Drawing another Su-18 would be fairly good here, honestly. I would enjoy that. I would very much enjoy that. Moving that T-35-1 up there was a pretty big mistake. I mean, sure, it lets him perfectly kill the A7V, but it prevents us from taking 2 damage next turn. So we can only do, I mean, it prevents us from taking 3 damage next turn. Sorry, not 2. So we can only do, let's see, what is that? 7 damage to us next turn? I'm recording, right? Yeah, good. Because he can 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay. Well, this isn't a huge deal yet, and he had so many problems dealing with the last one that we'll just let him deal with this one too. Okay. Like, it would have possibly been a good idea to play this and do 1 extra damage to him instead. And maybe not play this, but also this is kind of okay because I don't really worry that much currently. I was just kind of thinking, like, he did have problems with the last A7V, so he'll probably do the same thing here. I'm sure of it, actually. Now a T6 and the Panzer 35 are probably going to hit it. Then his HQ is probably, oh, okay, well, his Panzer 35 is probably going to be killing my Su-18. Probably. There's a good chance of it. There's a pretty good chance that my Su-18 is going to die to that 35. I hope I didn't mess up by not playing the telegraphers. So I'm starting to worry because he's going to... Well, he can't actually get this in, but 6, 8. He can start doing 8 damage to us each turn. But no, we're good. We're good. 6 damage or 4 damage? We'll go for 6 damage. 6 damage. I hate how I say fur sometimes. Yeah, we're just gonna go for 6. Yeah, I don't like that. So next turn, unless he heals for 2. All right, so he's healing for 2. Now, if this is a bikers, we can't kill him next turn. If it's anything else other than another heal for 2 into bikers, alright, we can kill him. Okay, good. Wait, no. Wait, yeah, we can kill him. I was like, wait, no, we can't. Yeah, we can. Because telegraphers will do 2 damage bleed through on this, so that'll be pretty okay. 2 damage bleeding through is always good. Then the Steel Fist will finish it. So that's okay. Now, if we would have just done the 4 damage instead of 6, he'd be at 6 right now. And we'd have 4 firepower. And we would be dealing 4 damage through that, and he would be living this turn. So I think I made the right decision. Because next turn he can kill us. I'm pretty sure. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, he can kill us next turn. Because that moves back, moves. Yep. Oh well. This is kind of a little bit unfortunate for him. We'll kill this now. Because we can afford to. And then we'll hammer him. The reason I killed that one unit is this is a double, and you do get more experience for killing a unit. And it's not like he had 8, so we're not missing the award from that. So, yeah, it's okay. That's pretty good for our double. Alright, that was an 11-minute game. Kind of a long game. For this deck, kind of a very long game. Jutterbog, this can be a pretty good matchup for us, especially if we go first. Which we never do when recording. So I mean that's okay. We want to. Oh, do we want support? Yeah, we want the support. It's worth the risk of discarding a card, because that 3 damage for 1 can be really good. It can also not be really good too. Oh, now we're not even going to be discarding a card because Vanguard's a thing. Alright, okay, that's fine. He'll hit us for 2. We'll hit him for a bit more than 2. Just a little bit more than 2. Sorry about that cough. It's really annoying me. We're probably going to go Gunners. Yeah, we'll probably go with Gunners. Because Mountain Pass only lets him play 1 card. I'm surprised he's not actually running the thing. Alright, so he'll be hitting us for 3. I don't like the Strumpanzer play for him. I mean, as him, I like it if I was him, but I mean, coming from him, I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan at all. Because that's actually kind of scary. It's actually kind of really scary. I'm slightly unnerved by that. Next turn, if we don't draw cops, which I'm really hoping we do indeed draw cops. If we don't, though, we'll do T26, Logistics, and Sioux. That'll be a pretty strong play, I feel. Now, yeah, he's not doing a lot of damage with his HQ, but those Strumpanzers are actually doing work. Okay, change of plan. We're going to add a Last Stand in there, too. Alright, this can actually just trade. It's not really worth it using this because he might actually have a card more worth using that on. That's reducing his damage a little bit. Reduced damage is always a good thing. I always enjoy that. Very sorry. This is actually a pretty good setup for Jutterbog. I've always never liked this because it does draw a card. But really, that's actually okay later on. 'Cause 2 damage is actually pretty good. Okay, so now he's hitting us for a bit of damage. Alright, let's see how much damage he's doing. 3, 6 to our 5. Alright. We'll do that extra 2 damage to him. Just kind of in case. 3, 6. Alright, so I'll be 6. He's gonna kill us in 2 turns, probably. Because I'm sure he's about to empty out his hand. This asset, I believe, it's called Proctor, or wait, no, its name's right there. It's Vanguard. The Proctorated Battle, or however you pronounce that's the one that discards cards from the deck. Actually makes sense when you're going to open with a Strumpanzer. Actually makes a lot of sense when you're opening with a Strumpanzer. Next turn, we'll probably kill a Strumpanzer. Sadly, not that one, though. Alright. Alright, this is why we kept the support. This very reason right here is why we kept this support. And to think, if you would have left the Strumpanzer up there and not played until next turn, I would have wasted the support on the Strumpanzer. Oh well. Oh well. It's okay. Last stand would be a nice draw here. 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He needs to not have 3 damage in hand, which he can get by playing 3 cards. Or doing that. Alright, so if we don't draw police, we lose. We really need to draw Alright, so that's... Oh, we win. That's 10 damage right there. I was like, oh, we might win. I was like, oh, wait, no, one of the squads will die. Oh, wait, no, they won't. Okay. Alright, that was a really good draw for us. I guess we didn't need police. Okay. Alright, that was... I did not think of that. But, hey, that was okay. Oh. Okay, that's just a GG. I don't know why I show that while recording. I assumed it was a GG, though. And we'll jump into another one. That was 2 games, 17 minutes. Alright, now a 4th. I do actually recognize a lot of these by their poster. Yay! Finally going first. This is not a good hand, though. And I am going to use Mountain Pass against the 4th Division. Especially when going first. 4th Division is sort of a deck you don't want to let play a ton of cards on turn 1. Or ever. But turn 1's the only one you can prevent that on. So, yeah, in general, it's just not the greatest of ideas to allow to happen. Right, we will definitely play a T26, because I can't really think of a way he can kill this by playing 1 card. And that'll be 2 damage next turn, it'll be 2 resources next turn, it'll allow us to play these 3 cards, possibly, or maybe just these 2, just kind of depending on what we need to play. It just really depends on what we need to play. Sorry. Like, if he does drop a defensive squad, we might want to actually play some Artie. We might just want to play some Artie. But he's not going to. We don't want to use a hammer on that. You know, we might want to either use a hammer or just trade. Huh. I don't know. The only problem here is he can have units like the Su-18. I don't like the idea of the Su-18. Oh, he didn't attack. Alright. We don't need police yet. So we can... I don't know what I want to do here. Because we can put this down and support and kill it. He probably doesn't have his support anymore because he discarded a card. Nothing in the discard pile. So that means he probably doesn't have his support. So this is actually a solid play. that'll be 6 damage to him. We're going to get this in here, and he'll have to deal with this. Which he probably will. He probably will be able to deal with it now, because he has 8 resources. I couldn't imagine him not being able to deal with it, but it did 2 damage to him. It let us develop a couple cards. It was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of playing that support, but I'm also really not that upset about it. I mean, sure, really against Russian, like, defensive tanks, 3 damage isn't actually that big of a deal. It's not actually that big of a deal at all. That hurts in a way, but still the supply is always very welcome. Extra supply is always a nice thing. Doesn't even matter what deck you're playing, the extra supply is always welcome. At least I always welcome it. So 1 extra supply it's better than him having dropped his support on it, which I think he did actually discard, which is really unfortunate. It's really good for us, though. Really, really good for us. And yeah, he probably didn't have a good way of winning that. Can't blame him there. So you could have killed him next turn if he didn't have a defensive squad. Oh well. That was fast. That was like a 4-minute game. Now the mirror match. Not a very good hand. I am going to run Mountain Pass, because that's the general rule of thumb when playing this deck, is if you are going first, it is generally good to be playing Mountain Pass, because it does discard 1 card from them. Which is never a bad thing. Except we got a really bad hand. Together We Win is actually not a bad consideration here. What can we do off of 6 supply next turn? Not really a lot. Yeah, I'll just actually open with the Together We Win. It's not bad. It's an extra 3 damage. It's not horrible. It's not horrible at all. I mean, if I had some squads to deploy, I would deploy those instead, but Together We Win isn't really the best card against another 7th, because it's really hard to be, it's really kind of hard to start playing cards against it. Like, not cards, it's hard to start playing, like, squads against it. 2, 4... Yeah, we'll just... actually just play some Artie against this. Yeah, we'll put this one down too. And we'll play that to get it out of our hand. Normally I like to keep that, but I expect that he is probably playing a deck a lot like mine, so the Police is pretty good card to get rid of. He didn't bring the support because he probably expected the Mountain Pass. The cops kind of hurt him a little bit. I don't mean the cops, I mean the cops on turn 1, him playing them, kind of hurt him a little bit in some ways. Yeah, we're going to be playing our own cops. We had a pretty good start for this matchup. Him losing the cops that quickly was probably not great, but we'll probably lose our cops pretty quickly too. But that 1 extra damage, well, the 2 extra damage to his gunners, which is pretty much just like 1 shot basically because of how this works, is not bad at all. He's going to kill the Su-18. can kill a T26 with these, it's really in his best interest to kill a Su-18. It's completely free. There'd be no reason not to. Alright, 4, 5, 6. Six, 7. This isn't going to make a huge difference. At least not by the way I'm counting things. So we will just kill that, because we don't really want to lose this T-57 if we don't have to. And we don't have to yet, so we won't. We won't. Sure, I could have moved that T-57 up and shot it, but that's effectively the exact same thing. It's just still 1 lost damage. 6, so we're going to do 6 to him next turn. That 1 damage wouldn't have sealed the game for us next turn. Definitely wouldn't have now. Definitely not now, but we are going to draw, because this we're not playing this turn. This we can play, and we can kill this, so we will. We won't need that for Artie, probably. We are losing the cops next turn. There's not much we can do about that. That's just life sometimes, though. That is just life. Cops actually die considerably much faster against this HQ than any other, because it dies in 3 shots compared to your 5 normally. So 3 compared to 5 is pretty big difference. Pretty big difference indeed. Okay, so we're going to be doing 4 damage to him, and we're actually going to be winning. Yep, alright, there we go. We might want to have hit that for 2, actually. Could have farmed a bit more damage out of it. Instead of just at 55, we could have gone 57. Okay, that's like 4. That's probably a GG, yeah. These people are really well-mannered. Alright, so that's 4, I think, at 28 minutes. This is starting to move very fast. I'm gonna go grab a cough drop now because I'm out of water. My throat's starting to really bother me, and I'm going to start coughing a lot more. Which really, in case you can't tell, my cough is getting quite a bit better. Sorry about the silence. Hopefully this queue doesn't take too long. I don't want to have to either... I really don't want to have to edit this, which I probably won't. I'll probably just do an annotation skip, because I try to talk during these. Some substitutions I'm considering: that A74V. I think maybe the defensive light tank, the... what's it called? T46, I think it is? Would be a better option for this deck. But it might or might not be. I'm actually pretty sure it is. I think that's how I used to run this deck. I just haven't changed it yet. By used to, I mean in closed beta during, like, on the NA server. Come on, find a match. Find a match. Come on. Come on, matchmaker. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Please. Please do it. Please. Ah, I might have to edit this. Huh. Not a fan. Oh, here we go. That wasn't too bad. Only almost 2 minutes. Actually, not even almost 2 minutes. It's almost a minute and a half. Which is almost 2 minutes. No, it's not. Oh, it's almost 2 minutes. Like, it's almost at being almost 2 minutes. 2 police isn't really bad, but it kind of is at the same time. Because you only really want 1. But going first, of course, Mountain Pass. Because Mountain Pass is good. Because you don't really want them playing a lot of cards on turn 1. Slows them down. Sadly, he might bring... Wait, no, he can't bring camo, can he? I don't think he can, because I don't think Assault HQs get camo anymore. Camo is like the worst thing to have used against you. It kind of nullifies your Mountain Pass advantage. But at least the Mountain Pass still gives you an advantage, because now they can't spend like their first turn doing a bunch of stuff like they could otherwise. Okay. Together we win is again almost worth considering. But it's also not really, because I do have offensive squads. So I'm just going to lay down the gunners and mess that up a little bit, but there wasn't really a better play here. Anyway, you can only play one card. You can't really rely on discounts. I just noticed that as soon as I played it, but it wouldn't have really changed my play. It wouldn't have changed my play that much. Sure, I could have played Together We Win, and the next turn put down Gunners and Telegraphers and done 5. But this turn I can do 8. Or if I draw other things, I can do a lot more. Like, the dream here is a logistics. Logistics to fill that 1 cost that we have, like that 1 resource we have floating around, would be pretty good. Police, I would also consider not playing Together We Win if we got police. But currently, I'll probably play the Together We Win. I mean, 8 damage. 8 damage directly to him is not a bad thing. Okay. Ooh. The dream draw, guys. That's 10 damage. It's going to leave him at 8. That's really good. Playing against Americans in general and any form of like faster deck is really good. I'm just doing that to keep that 2 damage off me next turn. I mean, sure, it gives him 1 more, but it's not a huge deal. I mean, yeah, we could draw Together We Win, but we still have Crush the Enemy to nullify that 1 healing. So it's not the biggest of deals. Although he's probably going to play a defensive squad. Sort of a defensive squad. See, that's one of my favorite defensive squads to see used against me when I'm playing this type of deck, because it's not really that bad. It's not really that bad at all. This is sort of a mistake. He should have played in the center, because he doesn't want to really play slowly against me, quite honestly. Playing slowly against me is not a very good thing. Might want to not consider doing that, but still, that's not going to make a huge difference. Because we're doing 5 damage, and this would have done 1 more damage. That would have dropped into 4. Either way, we're in kill range if he doesn't play defensive squad. I just wanted to do some more damage to this defensive squad and get the cops deployed for later in the game, for if I might need it later. But I won't, because we kind of won this. We're just going to lay down the Telegraphers. We're going to show them that we had a bunch of damage in hand, because, well, I mean, right here, we kind of had our victory pretty sealed right here. It is kind of bad manners, but I did want to just play some cards. Get those resources spent on the results screen. Why not? I bad manners sometimes, guys. How much damage we... just barely more than... How many games did we play? I can guess it's 5, yeah. Because we were at 72. I think that was 5. Either way, it was an odd number. So, I'm guessing probably 5. So this will be the last one, because we're at 35 minutes, and I do like finishing at a fairly even number. And we are definitely going to, even though we're not going first, I don't want to bring the support. Do I? What can he have? Oh, what's the worst that can happen? Oh, there's a lot of bad things that can happen. Yeah, we'll take the support. It's worth the risk. Okay. We're not going to be discarding. Now we don't have to play the police instantly because you're in this... Oh, is it this guy? Oh, bro. Bro. Read the assets. You messed up, bro. No. No, bro. Please, no. Please. Oh, that was disheartening to watch. I hate seeing that. I feel bad now. I feel like a jerk. I feel like a horrible person for playing Mountain Pass now. Oh. We're just going to be developing the defensive squads right now. Because they're okay. I could have developed gunners, but we're kind of in for the long game here. It's going to be hard for him because the squads are taking 2 extra damage from basically everything. And I do have the police ready to go. Oh, that's actually a really nice draw. Now we don't have to discard a card. Just to not discard. When you can play a 0-drop to not have to discard a card, it's pretty good. Either way, it would have been worth discarding any card from this hand to get the police out. Because police are really that good. They're very good. One of the best cards in this deck, because it really just starts eating through both the defensive and offensive squads. Which is really kind of what I made this deck to do originally, why I named it Blender. But it turns out it was just a pretty solid deck. I kind of want to consider playing that, but I also kind of don't. There's no need to play this yet. There probably won't be a need to play it. We start feeling threatened by the T6, we can play that A7V next turn. We can play that A7V next turn, but we probably won't. Probably won't at all. I feel bad about his first turn. I feel like I'm a horrible, horrible person. We don't need the Together We Win yet. Alright. So this can't really go bad for us. If he kills it, that means he would have had to spend a turn shooting it. Him spending a turn shooting it is pretty okay for us. If he doesn't kill it, that means we can Together We Win and Telegraphers on the same turn. Together We Win and Telegraphers on the same turn is pretty okay. Yeah, that's a pretty okay discard, honestly. Honestly, pretty okay discard. 3, 5. He could shoot this. That's still okay for us. He should have done that in the other order. He would have done 1 extra damage to the squad had he done that in the other order. Five. I kind of want to save this Together We Win now. Because we can kind of use it next turn still. Because this will still have the capability of being used twice. And this will one-shot that. Which is always fun. In my opinion. It's always incredibly fun to one-shot cards. One-shot defensive squads in particular is fun. Very fun. Alright. So now we have the capability of hitting for 6. Hitting for 6 is pretty good. It's quite hard. It's very hard, actually. He can discard some of our cards, but now he can't, so we kind of have the sealed. We are still going to play Together We Win to kill this unit. or now, actually, to kill this unit. And that's actually would be impressive to do against his HQ. 14 damage, but it's fine. Killing an extra unit's really nice. Maybe we should have used that together we win earlier, but I didn't feel that threatened throughout the course of this game. Because the cops really just kind of breaks it open against Jut. Because he's kind of really reliant on the squads normally, but this one was more of a tank-based Jut, and I felt really bad about that mountain pass, but I really shouldn't. So thank you guys for watching. I love you all very much. Let me know how everything's doing. Leave your feedback, and I'll see you next time. Have wonderful days. Goodbye.